Alright guys, so this is going to be my review of Shazam. Now, if you want to get more like other in-depth... Oh, hello.
Hello humans. It was a kid's movie. If you're a grown-ass person, don't go watch it.
Thanks, I just started the review.
Well, spoiler alert, there's more than one Shazams. So,
Okay.
and I'm thoroughly confused, and no.
Well...
Didn't like it. Do not want. So, that was my review of that movie. Thank you very much. Although, Mark Strong, you didn't phone it in, dude. It was good. Although you were very one-dimensional as a villain. And did I not say at the very beginning of the movie, I knew he'd be the bad guy.
Yeah, that was a given.
Also lame that they brought the dad. He was dead. I mean, let's be honest. The dad was dead. Right? I mean, come on. Anyway. Yeah, boring. Not a good movie. I'm not telling you you shouldn't go see it. By all means, please, spend your money. Go see the movie. I'm sure there's people at DC that right now are starving because they need to have your money to buy another yacht or a condo or something.
You obviously don't know how little money DC makes.
I don't know. Well, somebody is making a lot of money, but that movie was lame. Lame. Anyway, did not want, anyway, but you go watch it and have a good time. Bye, humans.
Okay, that's an interesting way to start a review, am I right? Anyway, so, my dad, of course, if you hadn't guessed already, did not like the movie. I liked it. I'm gonna give it a few more watches, but, to see, I'm not gonna go out and say, oh, this is my favorite DC film, just yet. I'm not gonna say that just yet. I'm gonna give it, like, maybe one or two more viewings, and then, give my final thought, give my full assessment on the situation. But, as it stands, this is a good DC movie. We're now, what, 3 and 4? DC, you're 3 and 4 right now. Let's keep this rolling, and hopefully Joker can, really provide for you. But yeah, this movie, I think the big thing that I think my dad didn't get going in on this was, you really have to have the mindset of it's a kid living out a superhero fantasy. That's the big thing, is that it's a kid living out a superhero fantasy. And if you saw movies like 13 Going 30 or Big, then good. This is the same thing, but with superpowers. Zachary Levi as Shazam is really good. The actor playing Billy Batson, I thought was pretty well done. Everyone in here was really good. Everyone in here was excellent. Mark Strong, even though he does play a one-dimensional villain, does not phone it in. And again, I find it kind of funny that, again, he's playing another DC villain, only this time he actually gets to be a villain. So I thought that was cool. I liked all the little winks and nods to the Shazam universe. There's a lot of there's a lot of winks and nods to the Shazam universe, and I already know, like, I'm gonna have to explain all the other stuff to my family about Shazam. I'm gonna have to, like, tell them about this, and this, because there are because I'm fully aware that Shazam is a character not everyone is fully aware of. I'm still getting confused as Captain Marvel, which I know we all called him Captain Marvel. Now he's Shazam. Now we've got female Captain Marvel. It's a thing. Just roll with it. Anyway, so the movie, while I did like it, it did have some minor flaws. I felt like the second act kind of dragged a bit. That's where I feel like it kind of lagged. Also, the 7 deadly sins look very generic. Like, they're like, there's no real major discernible qualities, as unlike in the comics where you can clearly point out which sin is which. This one, it's like, okay, which one is... You have to, like, and gluttony you can pick out, but the other ones are like, okay, which one are you? Oh, okay, the one with the multiple arms is greed, but who is who? That's what it felt like most of the time. Like, you do get names and figure out 3 of them, but the other 4, good fucking luck. So that was neat. I also like how this is a very coming-of-age story, and I like all the kid actors in here, which, thank God, the kid actors were fine. I enjoyed all of them. They all put out a really good performance, and yes, we do get the Shazam family in here. I will say that we also looks like this movie's doing well as it is. So I've got a pretty strong suspicion that that Black Adam movie with The Rock in it is probably going to be a get-go from now on. So I guess what's probably going to happen is that we get this movie, then the Black Adam movie, and then we get Shazam 2. And depending on how that goes, we'll see how that is. Because I will say that, not to give anything too far away, probably because we've spoiled a few things in this video. I will say that they were mindful on who the villain for the next movie should be. Just keep that in mind. Notice how subtle I am when I say mind. It's like I'm trying to tell you something. Anyway. The story in and of itself was very well put together. Like I said, the problem was that second act, where it is kind of, and this is the pitfall for most superhero origin films, where they're trying to learn their powers and all that, and it just kind of like dragged a bit. I do like the internal struggle Billy has with his family, and kind of really like his foster family finding out the truth about his real family. It was heartbreaking. There's a few scenes in here where it really goes for the gut. It really goes for the gut in terms of emotion. Why'd that word get away from me? Sorry, I've got a bit of a headache, so I'm trying to do this. Anyway, I think that this movie did have some great action scenes. The story was very was very heartfelt, and again, it feels like Big with superpowers, but there is kind of that added element of sadness. I like how they did keep an ensemble cast while still keeping it natural. I like that. And the kid act, like I said, the rest of the Shazam family was very well put together. I also kind of dug how funny the jokes were. Like, there are some really good jokes in here, and it's mostly on Levi's part of how well he's good at comic delivery, as well as the other actor, who I know played Stanley in It. So he also had some great comedic delivery in here. And the script for it was very well put together in terms of just how all the humor's done, and how it makes fun of some of the DC tropes that the DC movies had in the past. But it's not like, oh, weren't those movies so dark and gritty and dumb? It's not like that at all. It's more like, yeah, we made some mistakes, but we're learning to laugh at ourselves. We're a sport about it. So that's what I dig, is that it wasn't trying to be too mean-spirited in the past, although it granted the past DC films kind of deserve to be treated with some mean spirit. But I will say that it didn't go over the top with just kind of like how mean it could be towards the past films. But it made me feel like this was a legit DC film. It also does, like, the Marvel, I know some people are going to complain that, oh, it's trying to be funny like an MCU movie. Well, here it works better than Aquaman. In the Aquaman movie, I felt like a lot of the jokes just felt really out of place. Here it feels really natural. And here is where the MCU kind of comedy fits. This is where the MCU level of comedy fits for the characters. This is where I feel like Shazam was a better fit for that kind of MCU-type comedy for this character. Fit a lot better for Aquaman. I mean, excuse me, for Shazam than it did Aquaman, excuse me. Like I said, I'm dealing with kind of a big headache, so I'm just trying to keep my thoughts and phrases all put together for that. But no, this was adorable. This was an adorable little film. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to say outright this is my favorite DC film, but as it stands, it's pretty good. I'm also going to, like, maybe, who knows, I want to see how Joker goes. I want to see how Joker plays out, then we'll see how this plays out. But anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of Shazam? Did you like it, hate it? Comment below, let me know, and once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.